Hello guys, once again it's Matt and today we have another video. Thank you all the members, all the patrons, make sure to subscribe and let's get into it guys. So today we are going to continue the talks on how likely some of these aircraft that we want to be added will be added, you know. We talked about the Gripen, how I think it's highly likely that it's coming in this patch. This Su-27, which I think is highly unlikely. And the F-15, which I think it's unlikely as well, but less unlikely I would say. And today I wanted to talk about the Eurofighter. So we are flying out the Tornado ADV on the background, the top tier, you know, aircraft for the UK. And obviously, I mean, technically the highest top tier, I think it's the Harrier, but still, I think it's the most complete aircraft that we have as a interceptor, fighter, something like that, right? The Harrier can be used as a ground attacker as well, so I don't count it too much as a top tier fighter, you know, because it's not really even in the highest rank ever, but neither is the Tornado, right? But yeah, so the Eurofighter. So as you know, the Eurofighter is pretty much confirmed that it is coming to the game. They already kind of confirmed that they are working on it, kinda, you know. They said in on those little Q&As that they do in their videos sometimes, at the end of their videos, they said that obviously they're working on more advanced aircraft. They didn't like fully commit saying that the Eurofighter is being worked on, but they said that they are working on more advanced aircraft. And we have 2 points to talk about. The first one is that something is coming for the UK, okay? This was confirmed by Smin, if I'm not mistaken, which is one of the main community managers of Gaijin in the English forum. But I think there were more people confirming this, that something is being worked on right now to be added very soon to the UK as a top tier aircraft. This can be many options, you know, and they might not even be saying about the next like December patch that it's coming very soon. They might be saying something about an upcoming patch after that anyway, but they're doing something and they're planning to add something for the UK, which I think it's the main point that the UK main players would need to hear, basically, right? This is the main point about it, because the UK, as I was saying before, it's a country that really doesn't have any top tier aircraft right now, fully top tier aircraft like a 12.0, 12.3 aircraft. So it really is needed. Together with other nations, there are nations that I think are more in a dire need of a new aircraft. The Swedish Tech 3, I think it's the main one, but there are others, you know, and the UK is one of them. And I almost got killed there by a missile, which was very interesting. The second point is that, yes, something is coming, but the Eurofighter itself was kinda denied. Not really, you know. It was, they said before the last patch, you know, so before the last patch, remember, this is before the last patch, that it wouldn't come soon. And in the way that they confirmed that the Eurofighter is not coming soon, it can be interpreted in many ways. It can be interpreted that they meant in that patch specifically the Eurofighter wasn't coming, and it didn't, of course. This is obvious. But they might say that they might be basically confirming that no, like, Eurofighter is coming in the next patch, which would be the December patch as well. So it's kind of open to interpretation. So it's a middle ground. I personally think that it is unlikely to see the Eurofighter. It's an aircraft that I think has a step up in performance compared to the aircraft that we have in the game right now. And I don't know, it's just a later aircraft, even compared to the good old Gripen. We might see one of the first Gripens being added to the game. And with that, the Eurofighter might have kind of a step up in performance compared to the early Gripens. Not that the C variant changes too much, and even you know, I still think that they are kind of comparable to each other in many ways. You know, there are some things that the Gripen might be better, there are some things that the Eurofighter might be better, but in a general sense, I just feel like the Eurofighter might be a, you know, worse aircraft to balance in the game when added. But there is a third plus factor that we need to consider here, is that the Eurofighter would be an amazing addition for three nations, for Germany, for Italy, and for the UK. So not only the UK would receive something as powerful as the Eurofighter, but Germany, which just got a new MiG-29, and Italy, which has an F-16 that, although I still think that it needs the A9M to be fully competitive against the top dogs of War Thunder right now, it's still very much a competitive aircraft in top tier. So what does that mean? It means that in the general sense, taking these 3 points into consideration, we can see that the main thing that, I mean, it's unlikely that they will add another aircraft for Germany, for example, since they just got the MiG-29. They normally drop feed stuff, so this would be kind of a weird position. Italy, as I said, I mean, it has a very good aircraft that can receive the Fox 3 missiles, and it's still very competitive. I just had a match yesterday of 6 kills with it, just like one match that I really wanted to fly the F-16. And I just got 6 kills, you know, killing SMTs and F-16Cs and stuff. So it is still very much a very competitive aircraft, right? And the only nation that really needs something is the UK on that regard. So we can kind of guess that the most likely option that we will see is the addition of Fox 3 missiles with the addition of something like the Gripen and, you know, missiles to aircraft that are already could use the Fox 3 missiles. So for example, the F-16s of Italy, of the Chinese TAC 3, and also, for example, in the US, receiving the M120, the SMT getting the R-77, stuff like that. But some minor additions of older aircraft or different types of aircraft receiving these missiles as well. So for example, the F4F ICE could be added with these missiles, and also the UK with a Tornado, or the Harrier FA2 with the M120 as well. And that would be the top tier aircraft for the UK for now, while the Eurofighter is not added. So I think that's going to be the most likely thing to happen, not the Eurofighter being added. But who knows, maybe it's going to be added. I just think it's almost highly unlikely to see, according to what we have from information. But take your own conclusions out. Let me know in the comments what